My wife has been cheating on me for a couple of years now, and she has no idea that I've known about it for a long time. Every morning I make her coffee like nothing's wrong, kiss her on the cheek, ask, "How'd you sleep?" While inside there's just this heavy burning thing, like coals in a barbecue that won't go out no matter how much water you pour on them. She's convinced I'm still the same, reliable but boring IT guy with a belly. She can keep around for stability and a decent paycheck. Yeah, right. I smile, nod, and think to myself, soon, sweetheart. Soon you'll see how wrong you were. We've been together 15 years, met in university. She was that girl with the bright smile and a million plans. I was the quiet guy behind the computer who was already making more on freelance than all our classmates combined. At first, everything was fine. Wedding, first apartment on credit, then a little house on the outskirts, a car, beach trips once a year. Kids didn't happen. Doctors said it was something with her. She cried for a week. Then we somehow got used to just the two of us. I thought that was happiness. Work, home, her next to me. Turns out she'd been looking for something else the whole time. Regular day. I'm working from home, typing code, sipping coffee. She leaves for the office, gives me a quick peck, mumbles, "Love you." I reach for my mug, and bam, coffee all over the keyboard. Laptop hisses, screen goes black. Dead. Deadline in 3 hours. No choice. I go to her computer in the study. Password is still our wedding date. Of course it is. Open the browser. Messenger is already logged in. Messages. Photos. Everything right there. My darling, I miss you so much it hurts. He's glued to his headphones all day again. Doesn't even notice I'm there. Fat, boring, but the money's good. I'll put up with it a bit longer and then... And pictures. Her with him. In his car. At some picnic. In a cafe. Smiling the way she hasn't smiled at me in forever. Eyes sparkling, hair messy, hand on his thigh. I sat in her chair, staring at the screen. Heart pounding in my ears like someone was hammering from the inside. My hands just started saving everything. Screenshot after screenshot. File after file. I wasn't thinking. Just doing it. Like it was a critical bug that had to be fixed right now. Night after night while she slept in the next room, I copied, encrypted, backed up to external drives. Found where they meet, some cheap motel on the edge of town, then a cafe on the outskirts, then his apartment. Found her sending him my work schedule. He'll be working till 10 tonight. Come after 9. Found him calling me walking a TM and old boring sack. Every new message felt like a punch to the gut. I read and felt something inside me breaking, but I didn't stop. I remembered how, in our first year of marriage, we went to the mountains. How she laughed at my dumb jokes, held my hand. And now, this. I didn't yell, didn't cry. Just sat in the dark with the screen light on my face, collecting it all like bug reports in a huge project. A week later, I knew everything. It started 2 years ago. She randomly found him on Facebook, wrote, "Hey, how's life?" He replied, and it snowballed. Secret meetups on weekends when I was on business trips. Gifts she hid. Even money. Small transfers from my account she wrote off as shopping. I sat there thinking, 15 years. 15 goddamn years I busted my ass so we could have everything. And she... Then I found a lawyer, through an old uni buddy. Met him at a cafe. Showed him the USB stick. He opened it, scrolled, whistled, and said, "Bro, this isn't just cheating, this is systematic humiliation. We'll strip her down to nothing. She'll walk away with a bag and debts." I nodded. No joy, just cold determination. We started preparing the papers. I paid extra for speed and silence. Those weeks I lived in a fog. Mornings, smiling, making coffee, asking about her day. Evenings, she comes home, we eat dinner, watch a show, she goes to bed, and I go to the study and dig deeper. Sometimes she'd come up behind me, put her arms around my shoulders. "You've been so down lately." I'd say, "Work, honey, deadline." And think, if only you knew what I know. Court was set for a month later. I barely slept. Started running in the mornings just to burn off some of the pressure. Remembered how we bought this house. She picked the wallpaper. I assembled the furniture. How she cried when the doctors said no kids. How I held her and said, "It's okay. We're happy anyway." And now, on the court day, she showed up in that beige dress I gave her for our 10th anniversary. Smiled at me across the room, thinking it was just a formality, that I'd swallow it like always. My lawyer started. Photos, screenshots, dates, transfers, one after another. Her face changed, confusion first, then shock, lips pressed into a thin line. She looked at me, eyes asking, "How could you?" I looked back evenly. No smile, no anger, just looked. The judge didn't drag it out. Apartment, car, main accounts, mine, her, personal belongings, and whatever she'd quietly moved to her own card in the last few months. Nothing else. She left the courtroom clutching her purse with both hands, like it was the last thing she had left in the world. I watched her walk to the taxi, shoulders slumped, head down. Nothing moved inside me. Or maybe something did. I don't know. I came home alone. Opened the door. Silence so loud, it rang in my ears. Sat in our old living room chair. Turned on the light. Looked at the walls. At the photos on the shelf. Us on the beach, tanned, smiling, happy. Picked up one frame. Turned it in my hands. Put it back. Then walked through the rooms. Her closet half empty. She'd already started taking things. Her creams and perfumes still in the bathroom. I didn't touch anything. Just looked. Phone buzzed. From her. "Satisfied now? Got what you wanted?" I didn't reply. Then another. From him. "You think it's over? She'll come back to me anyway. And you'll just sit there alone with your money coding all night." I read it. Closed my eyes. And suddenly realized, inside, there was nothing. Not anger, not relief. Just a huge, cold emptiness, like after a long run when you don't even have energy left for feelings. I sat like that for 20 minutes. Then opened the laptop. Found the folder. Compromat. It was over a gigabyte now. Everything, messages, photos, even motel security footage. I got that through a friend in security. I started deleting. Slowly. File by file. Every time I hit delete, I remembered something. How she used to laugh at my jokes in the early years. How we painted the bedroom walls together. How she held my hand in the hospital when I had appendicitis. Deleting and feeling something loosen. Not forgiveness. No, just exhaustion from the war I'd declared on myself. When everything was in the trash, I emptied it. Restarted the computer. Then walked to the window. Watched the streetlights flicker, cars passing. It started raining, quiet, autumn rain. I stood there thinking, 15 years. And now what? I'm 38. Job's good. Money's there. Health still holding. But the house is empty. Bed's too big. Evenings are long. Next day she came for the rest of her stuff. I stayed home, took a day off on purpose. She walked in, didn't look at me, packed boxes in the hallway. I silently helped carry one to her car. She stopped at the door, looked at me, eyes red, But no tears. Just said quietly, "Sorry." I nodded. She drove away. I went back inside, sat at the kitchen table, poured myself whiskey, first time in years, drank, and realized I don't want to keep taking revenge, don't want to watch, don't want to hate. I just want to live differently. Next day, I started clearing things out, threw away her old magazine she loved, rearranged the living room furniture so it wouldn't remind me, signed up for the gym, decided it's time to drop the belly she loved mocking, started running in the mornings. Evenings, I sat with the laptop, but not for work, watching old movies we used to love together. Sometimes I felt sad, sometimes angry, but less and less. A month passed. She texted again. "Can we talk?" I replied, "No point." And it was true. Now I live alone. Morning coffee, work, evening gym, sometimes friends. Recently met a girl at a conference. She's in IT too, laughs at my jokes, doesn't care about my weight. I don't know what happens next. But one thing I know for sure. I deleted that folder forever. And it was the best decision I've made in years. What about you? Could you hit delete on all that pain, all the proof, all the revenge? Or would you carry it with you like a rock around your neck till the end? Write honestly. I'm really curious. Because now I know. Sometimes the biggest win is just letting go.